What is up guys, Link's Warlord Gaming here, and welcome to my new walkthrough. As you may have noticed, I am still in Far Cry 5, however, I'm not going to be doing the main game of Far Cry 5. I'm going to be doing the Hours of Darkness DLC, where it's just basically kind of, the same UI user interface, except now, instead of taking place in America, we are in Vietnam. Don't know if this is going to take place in northern or south Vietnam. It's probably going to take place in both. I don't know. We're just going to have to see. Alright, I'm going to have to turn into a little history teacher on you guys, but basically, probably out of all the wars that our nation has had to basically participate in, the Vietnam War probably, I don't know, maybe World War II, but I'm assuming Vietnam was probably the most traumatizing, because out of all, you see YouTube videos and it's always like, oh, Vietnam flashback. You never really see a World War II flashback, but not for that specific reason, but for other reasons. In like a history class, the Vietnam is like my favorite to learn about, for actually more reasons than you think. One is because my grandfather, which that would be my father's father, served in Vietnam. Unfortunately, he did make it home safe, and I am actually pretty lucky that he did make it home safe, because if he were to be killed in Vietnam, then that means my dad would have never been born, which would then obviously lead to me never being born. So I salute him for that, and I thank him for serving our country. Well, I guess not really serving our country, but just joining up with South Vietnam to fight North Vietnam, and probably the most traumatizing war our nation has ever underwent. But that's just one reason. There are also other reasons why the Vietnam War is my favorite to learn about. Mostly because there are a bunch of memes and like a bunch of cool funny videos, like all the Vietnam flashback videos. So that means there are things that I expect from this DLC. One, there better be an M16 in this DLC. Two, there better be a helicopter in this DLC. Three, there better be a Predator reference somewhere in this DLC. And number four, I better hear the song Fortunate Son in this DLC. Because just like Quagmire says, there are a lot of things you expect in war. Carnage, the sleepless nights, but the thing they don't tell you is the incessant use of Fortunate Son.
You know, there's lots of things you expect in war. Carnage, the sleepless nights. But what they don't prepare you for is the incessant use of Fortunate Son.
Yeah, basically, if you were to make a Vietnam movie, like a movie about the Vietnam War, it is like a staple. It is basically a law that you have to have Fortunate Son somewhere in that movie. Doesn't matter if it's like in a helicopter ride or in a boat, sailing. I was trying to think of the word that you're sailing down a river. Doesn't matter where you use it, you just gotta use Fortunate Son somewhere in that movie. But anyways, I'm just gonna stop talking, and I'm actually going to get into the DLC. So I'm just gonna go with the new game. I know I talked for a long ass time there, but I'm actually going to get into the DLC now. Wait, is it just me, or does this look like the intro to a Borderlands game?
Choose who lives and who dies. All you can do is stand with your brothers, come hell or high water. And if you're lucky, everyone makes it out alive. I had a good crew, one of the best. We were brothers.
Okay, well there's a helicopter, but it's just like a... They look like the cutscenes from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Stupid fuck picked the army.
Quit reading, Yoko. You're missing the war. The war's already over, Chavez.
30 seconds, LZ time.
Oh Lord, he bless his way.
Hey, save him for me too, Moses. Pray I don't accidentally shoot Yoko.
Yeah, you'll need divine intervention on that one, brother.
Look sharp, man. Here we go.
Python 2-5, check the fire from the tree line, 1 o'clock.
My job was to ride shotgun. That's why they called me Cowboy. Light those pricks up.
It's an ambush! Aboard! Aboard! Python 2-5, we're going down!
So if you were like listening to the cutscene that was before this one, you would notice that the guy yelled, "Hey, it's an ambush." That is because the North Vietnamese forces, they never fought head on. They always fought in ambushes, or they would like lay traps somewhere, where there would be like a bear trap, a IED, like a landmine, or like, I don't know, some other kind of trap. But they never fought head on. It was always either traps or ambushes.
James Kenneth, Sergeant U.S. Army, serial number Romeo Alpha 46.
No! Tell me or you die!
James Kenneth, Sergeant U.S. Army, serial.
Tell me now!
Wait, I wasn't. I wasn't. Did he want his name?
Sarge, do me a favor, cowboy.
Sarge! Dân lệnh đây! Tiếp theo là mày!
I'm very sorry. Your friend. I'm so sorry.
Wait, who?
Đại biểu tuyên nhân.
How in the hell are we gonna get out of here?
Chuyển bỏ băng đẩy.
Oh, wait.
Do you know what they're saying now?
There is a big panda.
Oh, okay. So the woman in the cell next to me was talking. I was just thinking she was a random person in the cage next to me.
Nhưng anh biết không? Tôi sẽ đến ở đây. Tối nay thì báo sẽ đến ăn thịt nó. Đủ lời.
Yeah. Okay, I don't speak Vietnamese. I have no idea what the fuck they are saying right now.
It was burning so much when they found it.
Oh. Oh, okay. So
Fighters, they're ours.
if you have subtitles on, I don't know if they still do it if you don't have subtitles on, but I thought that was just like someone else talking in the background, but I think that was basically. Nope. Okay, we got Rolling Thunder. What they did was basically translating the Vietnamese language into English. Hours of Darkness. Alright, so there's a huge explosion. Someone got like a, I don't know, is it an 8 or a 9 kill streak in Call of Duty Black Ops? This is a Rolling Thunder. Whoa, super dizziness. Well, come on, get up before the fire spreads.
These guys just won't give up.
Oh yeah, it's Vietnam. They really wanted to protect their land, or I think that's I think it was South Vietnam invading North Vietnam, or it might have been the other way around. I mean, anyways though, well, not anyways, either way, I think it was because America joined South Vietnam to fight North Vietnam, but they kind of had to take the L. I think because it was either because they didn't have enough soldiers, or they were just running out of resources. So they had to retreat and basically, like, I don't know, call off the war, I guess.
More fighters. Scratch one enemy helo.
But the Vietnam War is probably one of the only wars that America has ever lost. Probably either that one, and what was another one that, well, the Korean War, or the War of Korea, however you say it. I think America also joined the side. It was either North Korea or South Korea. I'm pretty sure it was South Korea. But anyways, the Korean War, or the War of Korea, it didn't really end with like one particular side winning or losing. Kind of it ended in what's called a stalemate, where it's basically a tie, but not really, because the land was not evenly distributed. Okay, so basically how I know I'm getting a little bit history teacher on you, but basically how it worked before the Korean War is that the border in between North Korea and South Korea was perfectly straight. But then after the Korean War, the border to North Korea and South Korea had lots of bends and twists and turns, and it basically wasn't just a straight line anymore. However, that did grant a little land to both North and South Korea, but it still resulted in a lot of American men dying for basically no reason, because they didn't even, like, the side they fought for didn't even get that much land. Alright, so I got the, wait, find your gear in the, oh, achievement. Welcome to welcome to Nam. Oh, that is great. They even used the abbreviation instead of just spelling out Vietnam. They just say NAM Nam.
Those Navy jets just hammered enemy positions about half a click northeast of you, so be careful. How copy?
Copy that. I'm coming to you. Python 2-5 out.
Co-op, you can play Hours of Darkness with friends. Stand near your partner and hold X to share some ammo when they're low. When joining your friend, your own world progression remains untouched. Some features are only available for the host. West Valley Camp, NVA camps. Alright, so in that whole, like, wreckage fighting, I managed to pick up an M1911, which I guess that would also be another gun that I would have to expect from this DLC. Not only just because it was used a lot in Vietnam, it's also just because it's actually kind of a pretty historic gun, because I think when it was first being used, it was actually World War I. So that was like 1914, and like new models of it are still being used today. Like, it hasn't been discontinued like other weapons used in World War I. I mean, that's pretty good for whoever manufactured the M1911, or I guess whoever invented it, because it's still being used today. Like, you could still probably go to a gun store and purchase an M1911, because it's actually pretty useful. I think probably, like, I don't really want to waste any ammo right now because I don't know that much, but I'm pretty sure an M1911 has around like a 7 to 8 round magazine, and also it being semi-automatic is also useful. And it has, I think it has relatively low recoil. I wouldn't know because I've never fired an M1911, well, a real one. I have an airsoft M1911, but not a real one, so I don't really know how the recoil is. But I'm assuming it has like moderate to low recoil, because it's oh god, I do not I don't have as much health as I do in the main game. I forgot about that. Phew. As I was gonna say, I'm assuming since it's a handgun, it has moderate to low recoil, as long as you're not being a dumbass with it and holding it in some weird, stupid position and holding it how you're supposed to hold a handgun. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention to the tip right there, but apparently I can call in an airstrike if I use the binoculars. And okay, just mark all of these guys. Okay, binoculars are like that. Yeah, I can press right bumper to call in an airstrike. That is fucking cool. Here's the thing though, I need to get up. There we go. I can get into the sniper nest. Okay. Try and get up to the sniper nest so I can get a better view on the outpost. Alright, wait for that guy to go in there and call it in. There we go. Alright. Rolling Thunder inbound. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that is so cool. Alright. It ain't me. It ain't me. I know. Million asshole. Okay, I was trying to sing Fortunate Son in this whole action scene, but actually, I think, is it... No, it's Senator's Son for the first time. Oh, God, come on. Medkit, medkit, medkit. Clutch medkit usage. But yeah, it's, okay, there we go. West Valley Cam secured. It's, yeah, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no Senator Son. Okay, yeah. I got that wrong. I said Millionaire Son before Senator's Son. But then after that, immediately after that, it's Fortunate One. Surprisingly, since the song is called Fortunate Son, the lyrics don't actually say Fortunate Son until the very, very end. Because it keeps saying Fortunate One. It doesn't actually say Fortunate Son until the very end of the song. Alright, so after finishing that camp, I went through and searched all the bodies and picked up some guns from them. I managed to pick up an AK-47 off of one and an M133 off of another, which I think is supposed to be like a trench gun. Not really sure. I'm pretty sure it's not a not a trench gun, because I think the trench gun was more of a World War weapon rather than Vietnam. Alright, that'll do it for this first part of the Hours of Darkness DLC for Far Cry 5. As you can, I've been trying to find a way around this damn mountain, this damn rock wall, and I just haven't been able to do it. I've been walking around this damn thing for I don't know how long, and I just set the waypoint now, and I'm trying to, it says to go this way, so I just kind of had to turn my character around a little bit, and now I'm just trying to go in the direction. Still going in the direction? Yeah, it's all the way over here. It's all the way on the complete other side of the map. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. But anyways, this is Link's Warlord Gaming saying so long and bye bye.